Hello friends, and welcome to another mobility workout. So we are going to work on some low back, lumbar, thoracic, spine kinds of things. We're going to start in a standing position. We're going to do a couple exercises in a standing position, and then we're going to take it down onto all fours, and then we're going to flip over onto our backs. All right, so we're going to get this done in about 10, 12, 15 minutes. So make sure that you have that amount of time allotted for this. I want you to stand with your feet about hip width apart, and I want your knees to be soft, and I want you to roll your shoulders back and down with your palms facing out, and I want you to try to think about your head over your shoulders over your hips over your heels. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to inhale and reach the arms back behind you, and then exhale, bring everything together. Inhale and exhale. And when I'm doing this, I'm really trying to get my chest to open up, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together in the back. All right. And last one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my forearm and I'm going to place it between my knees. So I'm going to have to widen my stance just a smidge, and I'm going to actively pull my knees in to brace this forearm between my knees. So I'm kind of making an A with my legs. All right, my other arm's going to drop from the shoulder straight down. So as I'm actively squeezing this forearm here, what I want to do is continue to do that as I reach up and my gaze goes to that hand, and then I release it with my breath. All right. Exhale and inhale. This is called an Aframe or an A-line stretch. 2. Now you might not be able to go very far. 3. I've been doing this for a while. 4. Good. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Bring it up. We're going to do the other side. Ready. Lock it in, drop that arm. 1. You also might notice that one side has a little bit of better mobility than the other. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. 1 down. 2 more sets to go. Ready. Inhale, exhale. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Bring it up. Other side. Ready. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. One more round. Get that blood back where it belongs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Breathe. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bring it all the way up, standing nice and tall. So, feet are going to be about hip width apart. I'm going to stand sideways. I want to get a nice hamstring stretch, so we're going to do an unloaded, slow and controlled deadlift. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips, gaze goes forward, and I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping my knee in line with my ankle. I'm pressing my hips back, and I am just stretching and holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, reach, and let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, reach. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, reach. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Standing tall, extend one heel out in front of you. Getting a nice stretch through the back of that extended leg. Again, gaze goes forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. We switch heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. This is 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nicely done. Let's take it down onto all fours. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. We sway the back, we look forward, we round the back, we tuck our chin, we look through the space between our legs. So in and out. Inhaling as we sway. Exhaling as we round. This is 3, 4, 6. All right, so we're in that all fours position. We're going to take your right hand behind your head, and I want you to try to point we're going to turn our torso towards the arm that's up, and we're trying to point our elbow up at the ceiling. 1, and then release back down. 2, and release. 3, release. 4, release. 5, release. 6, and we switch arms. Ready? 1, release. 2, release. 3, release. 4, release. 5, release. 1 more. 6, and release, and take it into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Shift your hips back over your heels, reach the arms out in front of you. Bringing your forehead to the mat. So what we just did, which is called a reach back on all fours, we're going to do that in this position, which is considered a lumbar locked position, because you're sitting back on your heels, which locks your lumbar spine so you can't twist it. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arm that we're not going to be putting behind our head in line, and we're going to keep that lumbar locked position. We'll do the same thing. We're trying to point that elbow at the sky and then bring it back to your starting position. 2, so it's going to feel a little tighter, or it could feel a little tighter. For me, it feels a little bit tighter, less range of motion, more targeting of the thoracic spine. 4, 5, if we round our backs, and 6. A lot throughout the day because we're sitting at a computer. 1, these are the things we kind of want to do. 2, whew, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good. All right, so now we're going to transition onto our back. We're going to do a little bit of hip mobility. So, lying back, take your feet wide as they can go, arms out to the side, knees are bent. And we're just going to drop those knees from side to side. And the reason we take the feet out wide is because if you have your feet too narrow and you drop your knees, we're really just pulling our low back away from the mat, and we're not getting as much movement in the hip joint. If we take those feet wide and then drop the knees, see, my back's kind of staying relatively in place, and I'm feeling this in my hip joint. All right, so we're just dropping from side to side like windshield wipers. And just take this at your own pace. I'm not really doing repetitions here. I'm just kind of taking it from side to side. Movement in the joint helps that synovial fluid to get to the joint, which helps it to feel a little bit better. All right, now we're going to bring our feet more narrow. We're going to extend one leg up. And I want you to start making a really small circle. Make it bigger as you get out. And then we're going to bring it back the other direction the same way in the reverse. All right, so we're going to make a corkscrew. So start out making the circles a little bit smaller, and then we get bigger and bigger and bigger. We want to keep our upper back in contact with the mat. Try to keep everything. We're not rolling from side to side and allowing the mat to, or the back to come off the mat. And now I'm going to reverse it. Keeping that leg extended. Try, and this is some core work too. Very good. All right, now we're going to switch. Here we go. So start in one direction. Start going out away from the midline. I'm making it bigger, 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 bigger. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to reverse it. And your circles may not end up as big as mine. I've been doing this a little bit longer. It's not quite as new. And switch. We're going to do 3 rounds on each side. So start little, getting bigger and bigger. Nice. And then reverse it. Very good. Switch. Very good, very good, very good. And reverse it. And one more set on each side. And reverse it. Switch. Oh yeah. Oh, and reverse. All right. Bring one knee into the chest, extend the other leg out straight. Keeping that knee hugged in, slide the other foot in. Knee is bent. Place the ankle on the opposite knee. And gentle press of that knee away from you. And then keeping the ankle on that knee, bring the knee across to the opposite shoulder, using the leverage of that knee. Good job. All right, extend the right leg down, bring the left leg in. Hold. This is a really good sequence that you could do before you get out of bed in the morning. Just pull one knee into your chest, rest for a few breaths, then bring the other leg in, ankle on top of the knee, gentle press. Good job. Then we anchor and bring it across. Good job. And bring that down. To come up, you can roll up. And voila, you are done with mobility. I will see you next workout.